Damon, thank you. We'll talk to you in just a few moments. Developing this afternoon, a federal judge ordering the immediate release of Kilmar Abrego Garcia. He is the Maryland man wrongly deported to El Salvador earlier this year. Now, this comes after 9 months of legal back and forth and several weeks after a tense hearing between the government and Abrego Garcia's lawyers. The Department of Homeland Security condemning that decision and promising to fight it in the courts. We find DC News Now's Randy Bass at the Federal District Courthouse in Greenbelt. Hi, Randy. You're here to break down the judge's decision. So what comes next here?
Yes, we are still awaiting his release now several hours after that opinion came down from Judge Palazinos earlier today in her decision calling Abrego Garcia's detention over the last 9 months troubling, saying the government has to immediately release him from ICE custody without an official order of removal. The scene today outside of a Pennsylvania ICE facility where Kilmar Abrego Garcia has been detained. Maryland District Court Judge Palazinos ordering Abrego Garcia's immediate release in a 31-page decision today, saying that without an official order of removal, quote, his removal cannot be considered reasonably foreseeable, imminent, or consistent with due process. Although the respondents may eventually get it right, they have not as of today. Thus, Abrego Garcia's detention for the stated purpose of third country removal cannot continue. The decision comes after his initial deportation to El Salvador by mistake this past March, before he was returned to the U.S. only to face human smuggling charges in Tennessee. There he was released under bond conditions before he was taken right back into ICE custody over the summer. Since he's been detained, the government says it's made efforts to deport him to several African countries. His deportation held up in the courts as the Trump administration and Abrego Garcia's lawyers argued over whether that final order of removal for Abrego Garcia actually exists. Today, Judge Palazinos says no, it doesn't, and without it, he has to be released. The White House saying today it'll keep fighting this case in the courts.
He is a proven gang member. The administration has evidence of that. And as you saw from the Department of Homeland Security, they issued a statement saying they'll continue to fight this legal battle in court.
Reporter Zach Schoenfeld from The Hill has been following the legal limbo in the case.
This is now a major development. Kilmar Abrego Garcia, ever since he was put back in immigration custody, has been fighting for this day, saying that the U.S. government has no lawful reason to detain him. So this is a major win for him now, getting released immediately from ICE custody.
As for what comes next in this case, the government has been ordered to notify his lawyers at least 4 hours before his release. They're also ordered to notify the court of the status of his release by 5 p.m. today. So in less than an hour, we're expecting to see some documents appear on the docket here. We'll be monitoring that very closely. If and when Abrego Garcia is released, he's still subject to bond conditions set in that criminal proceeding in Tennessee. He can go back to home detention here in Maryland. In Greenbelt, I'm Randy Bass, DC News Now.